And we're live. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our Living to Be training this morning. My name is Lindsay Radzik, and I am a Director of Field Leadership with Living to Be. I'm excited to share some nuggets today with everybody about your business. And are you interested or are you committed? So a little background on myself. I've been in networking for about 7 years now. And when I first dabbled, and that's what I have to say, I dabbled because I was only interested. Some friends had shared some information with me and I was very skeptical. And, I look back at it now and I'm okay with kind of dipping my toe in first because that's just where I was at. But now that I have the bigger picture, I'm just excited to share more information with all of you so that you can maybe skip that step of hesitation and really start to move forward and see some success in your business. So I want you to think about if you were to open a restaurant, okay? And the type of commitment that would take. You would be committed to sharing it with everybody. You would be committed to overcoming obstacles in order to be successful. We have to look at this business the same way. No limits. You really have to put your everything into it because that's going to be the deciding point between just seeing maybe a little bit of progress or monumental success. So I've got some key points that I want to talk about today that were really important when I made that shift from just being interested to being fully committed and seeing just a ton of success in my business. So the first thing, if you're interested, you show up sometimes. But if you're committed, you show up all the time. When I first got started, I was not attending any meetings. I was not getting on the calls. I didn't know that they could see if I was on the call or not. So sometimes I was like, oh yeah, I was on, it was great. And then I realized down the road when I was running calls for different companies that there's a board that you run and they can see who's on there or not. And then with the meetings were held on an evening that I worked and I just wasn't available. But then I made the shift because I realized that I wasn't putting my all into it. And since I wasn't putting my all into it, I wasn't going to really maximize my goals and my dreams and achieve what I really wanted out of this experience. So I switched my shift and I started showing up to meetings. No more excuses, throw those out the window. The next thing is if you're interested, when things get tough, you give up and move on to your next interest. But if you're committed, no matter how tough things get, you find a way over, under, and through obstacles. Let's go back to that idea of the restaurant, okay? There's gonna be people that come in and don't like your food. There's gonna be people that maybe have an experience that they didn't think was the experience they should have. It's okay. There are billions of people in this world. So when a couple people don't agree with necessarily your mission and what you're doing, then it's okay. It's okay. You just have to continue to move forward. And if things don't go your way one day, you cannot let your emotions dictate your action. You can't just stop and give up because you're having a hard time or having a bad day. That is a moment where you need to just stop and look at your experience and say to yourself, obviously I've said this to myself a few times, what can I do differently to continue to move forward in a very successful way? There's a lesson in everything. I'm sure you've heard me say that before. The next thing is if you are interested, you dabble in a bunch of different things. And if you're committed, you concentrate your energy on achieving a much shorter list of objectives. In short, you focus. I've said before to people, you can't ride 3 horses with one tushy. Like you have to focus on one thing at a time in order to see the progress that you're looking to achieve. You see a shiny object, oh, squirrel, and you get distracted. No, you have to focus. And you also want to make sure you're focusing on income producing activities. You're not just shuffling papers around, okay? Also, if you're interested, you don't set goals. That was me. I never really put pen to paper. And I think part of it was that perfectionist in me, which, I'm a recovering perfectionist, I'll admit it. I wasn't setting goals because there was that little voice inside that was like, this probably isn't going to happen for you. And so that kind of held me back a little bit. But when I sat down and I really thought about my future and what my purpose, what I want to offer to people, I was able to really write down some specific goals. And I think the more specific you can be, the more accountable it will keep you. So keep that in mind. If you're interested, you let the fear of failure and other fears keep you from achieving your tasks or your objectives. If you're committed, you realize that every failure is just another step in the direction of achieving your goals. So, recovering perfectionist, remember, fear holding me back all the time, and I think when you realize that mistakes are just a part of this experience, there really is no failure. The ultimate failure to me is quitting. So if you quit, okay, you're a failure. Sorry. But if you make mistakes, that's education, that's experience. You learn and you go and you grow. So embrace that. All right. And if you're interested, you allow perfectionism to inhibit your progress. Oop, that was me, okay? Not anymore though, because I've really worked on it and I would encourage you to too. So working hand in hand with fear of failure to limit your success. Do you want your success to be limited? I don't think so. You don't. So we just need to shove the idea of things being perfect to the side and know that there's going to be mistakes and nothing can be done perfectly. You just have to give it your perfect effort, right? Make that perfect effort. If you're committed, you understand that perfectionism is the enemy and you continue to make forward progress even if each step is not perfect. I'm sorry, I'm reading very tiny print here. I'd made some notes. So, really just love yourself where you're at. This is an earn while you learn business. You're never going to know everything that you need to know before you get started. There's just no way, because there's so many different scenarios and so many things that come into play. You just need to make the choice to decide what you want out of this experience. What is it that you want? Why are you doing this? Your story. Your story is that fire in your belly that is going to help you stay motivated and committed towards all of those action steps that you need to take to see the success. I will say that, there's going to be things that come into play, in your business. Nothing's ever perfect. But when you really know the direction that you're going, when you love yourself where you're at, but you're excited about where you're going, it doesn't matter how many hurdles, obstacles, mistakes, anything that gets in the way, you're still going to have that belly fire and that drive to continue to move forward. And the last thing is, you can't afford to dabble in this business. Dabbling isn't going to get you the 3 to 5 year of making the money that you want to make and the impact that I think that you deserve to make. Here at Living to Be, we are all hope brokers. We're offering that to each and every one of you to be able to pursue your goals and your dreams, and also to be able to create a space for others to get involved and do the same. I want to encourage all of you to look at your commitment level today. Are you interested or are you committed? What is that commitment to you? 2 hours a day, that's the gold rush. I'll help you work on that. So write down your commitment level. I want everyone today to invite all of their friends to like the Living to Be Facebook fan page. It's Living to Be LLC. We have so many great posts and different things that are available on that page. So even if you're not posting several times a day about your business, because I would love for you to just keep it real on your personal page and talk about life and inspiration and things like that too, invite all your friends to like the Living to Be page, and they can stay current with everything that we have going on with the launch of Timeless and so many other great resources. So make sure that you are inviting all of your friends today, because you're committed, right? You're committed to your business and you want to showcase that. And then the next thing I want you to do is I want you to share your story and why you're committed with one new person today. Share your story and why you are committed with one new person. All right, thanks for hopping on, guys. Happy Thursday. Okay, it's Thursday. And this is Lindsay Radzik. I am Living to Be, committed to our mission here at Living to Be. Thanks for hopping on.